What time is it? It's science time.
Oh, it's science time. Let's all stop and just unwind. 1, 2, 3, 4, here we go. Learn so much your brain explodes. Lessons so cool, so fresh. Beat so big you'll lose your breath. Learning facts and real cool stuff. Scream for more, keep getting up. It's science time. It's fun, you best believe. Explore and learn new things. Come and join me, please.
I'm Mr. C, and this super smart group is my science crew. Working together with my crew makes learning so much fun. Actually, you should join us. Let's give science a try with a simple DIY.
Today, we're learning about science magic. What time is it? It's science time. Abracadabra. Oh, hey everybody. Welcome back to DIY Science Time. My name is Mr. C, and I'm super excited to have you here to be part of our crew today. We are learning about magic. Magic. Abracadabra. Abracamant. With this wand, yes, I'm gonna grow a magic plant. How did that happen? Well, you have to stick around to watch the show, and at the end, I'm going to reveal how this magical plant works. But for now, we need to get some magical materials.
Ready to make a dazzling card trick that will amaze everyone you know? Yeah! You're going to need these items to try this magical activity. Rubber cement, a full deck of playing cards, and don't forget your marvelous and magical science notebook.
A science notebook is a tool that every scientist should have because it gives us a place to record all of our learning. Taking notes and being organized allows us to be better scientists. A science notebook allows us to go back and review all of the data and information we've gathered during our experiments. Plus, it allows us to share results with other scientists who might be interested in learning more about what we've discovered. Whenever you see the notebook pop up on the screen, like this, it's a reminder that this is a good place for us to jot down new information during the show. I've already added a title and the list of materials for today's activity, but our crew is still going to have lots of information to collect and organize as we go through our experiments. Most importantly, the more you use a science notebook, the better you'll get at taking notes and recording data. If you don't have a science notebook already, download a copy of Mr. C's science notebook from the website.
Oh my, look at my magical new plants. These are beautiful. I just love the pink and the polka dots. So cool. You know, every time you get a plant, you need to water your plants. That way they can be big and they can grow strong. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some water here out of my new brand new vase. There we go. Empty that out. Nice, that is perfect. I'm going to take this like this. I'm just going to pour some water in here for my little plant. There you go, buddy. There you go. Okay. Oh, I probably should have split the water between the two of them because I poured all my water into that one. Empty that out really good. Okay, perfect, nice. And here I'm gonna take this water, I'm gonna put it right here. Oh, there you go, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect. Actually, that's kind of cool. That vase, yeah, it just gives you more water. This is perfect for watering plants. I mean, I could literally go outside into my garden. Is it ever gonna end? There can't be any more.
Oh my.
That's impossible. Oh my gosh. It might seem like magic, but we know better. It's science.
The Lota vase is able to pour out multiple cups of water, which seems almost impossible. But it's not, because the Lota vase was designed using science. This vase holds lots of water, but the water is divided into two chambers hidden from the audience members. When I pour the first cup of water, the inside chamber empties out into the cup. Then, when I place the vase back on the table, the water levels between the chambers become equal again. This happens because there's a little hole on the outside of the vase which allows air pressure to enter the outside chamber. The water then equalizes very quickly and you can pour another cup of water. And another, and another. This Lota vase, or should I say science vase, is an amazing trick that you can use to stump friends and family.
One of my favorite magic acts is this next one. But I'm going to need a volunteer and a helper. So I'm going to call on one of my sidekicks, my crew members, Lila!
Hey, Mr. C,
Oh,
what's
hey.
up?
I need you to pick a card and a number from the deck, any one you want.
Okay, I'm going to pick the 7 of hearts.
7 of hearts? Okay, thanks. All right, so we have our card, and I'm going to take this deck right here. I have not opened it. I'm going to take this deck of cards, and I'm going to look for the 7 of hearts. Oh. Whoa, what's that? The 7 of hearts.
That's impossible.
Isn't it so cool that I was able to find that card, and it was the only one flipped upside down in the deck? That is a magic trick. But there's a little bit of science to this magic trick, and I'm going to show you how it works. So we're going to start with the new deck. Now, a new deck comes with some jokers. We're going to set those aside. We're going to separate these into sacks, but we're going to take the kings out first. It'll just make it a little bit easier here as we move forward. So those are my hearts. Those are my spades. Those are my diamonds. And here I have my clubs. First thing, we're going to match our kings. We're going to take the clubs and the diamonds. All right, there we go. Spades and the hearts. Now, using rubber cement, the cool part about it is if you put cement on both sides of a card, it becomes a permanent bond. We don't want that. We only want to put rubber cement on one side of the card so that they connect and they can also be taken apart. So we're going to flip over these two here because we have our pairs. We're going to take the thinnest amount of rubber cement. While this is air drying, we're going to set up the rest of the deck so we can prepare it to glue and then connect everything. So we know our hearts and our spades connect. And the trick with an invisible deck is that you have to make the numbers add up to 13. So for our purposes, queens will equal 12. Jacks will equal 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here you can see that my queen is over here and my ace is over here. So eventually I'm just gonna pair these up and then the next stack is ready and I'll be able to do them all really quickly. I'm gonna flip them over because I wanna glue all these. So now we're going to swipe all of these. So we're gonna let those dry. Now these kings, all right, I can't see anything, I think it's dry. So this is my king of spades, my king of hearts. And now I'm just going to put them together, squeeze them together. I have myself cards, but I can then gently, I can pull them apart. All right, let's get this one together. I'm gonna place my king on there. King of clubs with my diamond, and now I can gently pull them apart. And while we're putting those two together, these have been drying and they all look good from here. So this here is either my queen of hearts or my ace. Okay, that's my ace. This should be my queen of hearts, hopefully. And my queen matches up with my ace, and I'm just going to plop it like that. And now I'm just going to work backwards. Everything should add up to 13, other than your kings. They match up with each other. All right, we need to get the rest of the deck prepared. Now, if you pull this deck out of a box of cards, it's gonna look weird if you show someone this. They're gonna notice it's all the same. So setting this up means we have to put one side all evens and one side all odds. So for example, queens are 12, so we're gonna just put odds down, the one down, evens up. Jack is 11, odd. We're gonna put that down. Even up. So right now, because they're in order, they're gonna flip really nicely. And then for the kings, because they can have whatever value in odd or in even, you just have to decide. So I'm going to make it so that my hearts are even. So that's gonna be facing up, and I'm gonna make it that my diamonds are even. And then you can also mix these up. This is where the fun happens. Imagine you say, Mr. C, I wanna see the 10 of hearts. Well, if you wanna see the 10 of hearts, I know in my brain, I have to know that that's matched to the opposite suit, which is the spades. And because you're asking for an even card, I want the evens to be face down, so that when I open it up and spread it, the even card will pop up and it magically appears. We all know it's science, but it'll feel like magic. So, ooh, you want the 10 of hearts? Okay, let me open up my deck of cards. And I have the Joker up top, and I have the Joker against the odds. So I know that if I see the Joker, if I see this card come out, I know everything on the bottom has to be even. Just like that. All right? So you don't show that to the audience. But you want you want the 10 of hearts? Wonderful. Let me go through here. Dun, 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 dun. So I know we're looking for the 3 of spades, and I pass it on purpose. And then I come back and I'm like, wait a minute. I think I saw something. Is that the card you're looking for? The 10 of hearts? Ta-da! And you know that the science is working because the adhesive keeps those cards together until you remove it. Now, let's say you have your deck of cards in your pocket and someone says to you, hey, I want to see the 7 of diamonds. So now we have an odd card. So we need the odds to be down when we take the cards out of the deck. So we need the odds down, and what that means is we're going to be seeing evens, and you're doing math really quick in your head. 7 plus what gives us 13? 6. So I'm looking for the 6 of clubs this time. So I pull this out, and if I see the backing here, I know that's my Joker, and it's touching the odd side. So I'm just going to flip it over here, and now we're looking for the 6 of clubs because we talked about it. There it is. So we know it's underneath there. Oh man, where did it go? Oh wait. Oh wait, what's that? 7 of diamonds. Isn't that amazing?
Abracadabra, Abraca-Science. Make this rope defy gravity? Wow, how is that even possible? Give this a try and surprise your friends. Secretively, place a small ball of aluminum foil inside a root beer bottle. Then place the rope inside the bottle and say some magic words like DIY science time. Turn the bottle over and it hangs there. It might look magical, but you'll know it's science. The foil inside jams the rope and prevents the rope from sliding back out. Give it a try.
Be prepared for amazement. This construction paper rolled into a tube will allow us to do something amazing. Say some magic words. It's science time. Well, that's magical for me. And then, what? Magic. So here is the magical thing you've been waiting for. Unroll your paper. And on the back side, we have another tube. That's right, this tube hides these scarves from the viewer. So it's a really simple trick. We use a little bit of science with some adhesives and things like that to get this prepped. But most importantly, I'm gonna show you how to make one. So grab a piece of construction paper. And now you're going to roll your construction paper the short length, like this. Perfect. Take the tape. Tape it down. I put lots of tape on so that it's gonna stick really well and not come apart. And then I'm going to grab another piece of tape, fold it on itself so it's sticky side out both ways. Put that there. And put that there. Now grab a second piece of construction paper and place it so that it's going against the long side of the paper. And I have it centered so that I have a little bit of space over here and a little bit over here. Now, I already have my 2 scarves prepped. I fold the end up so that when I push it through, it'll start a lot easier. And then eventually, I'll be able to get it over here. See, it's coming out. So I'm just gonna kind of just push that in. If you can hold one side, push it in. And essentially now it's ready to go. Now, obviously that looks like there's something happening here, so you could set it on the edge, but it might fall off. That's why I had my construction paper here like this. And so I have that nice stack, so it just looks like this stack is essentially a whole bunch of paper on the table. And then when I said to you, are you ready for another magical act? I grabbed the top sheet of paper, I folded it, and now it just looks like a tube. And now, before you know it, we say the magic words, it's science time! And there you have it. Give it a try, impress your friends and family, and make sure you and your crew know what's going on next time you see a magic trick like this.
Challenge your friends and family to stack these nails. Is it possible? Of course it is. Take one of the nails and hammer it into a piece of wood so that it's standing upright. Take a nail and place it on a flat surface. Carefully alternate the nails onto the single nail. Once you're out of room, place a final nail on top to hold everything in place. Carefully balance the nail structure onto the vertical nail and ta-da! Magic! I mean science.
Let's meet a magician. My dad is part of a magic club.
Hey, Sonny.
Hey, Dad, what's up?
Oh, hey, I'm just here to maybe show you a trick.
Oh, I would love to see a trick, but it's weird doing tricks as cartoons because that's way too easy. Let's turn into humans. What's the magic words?
Abracadabra.
Hey, everybody, it's Mr. C and...
Mr. C.
That's right, he's the original Mr. C, but here's the thing. My dad has been doing magic for how many years now?
10 years.
10 years. And what I love about magic is every time I visit my dad, I learn something new. And it looks like you brought some rope along.
I have a new rope trick.
Cool, but do you have any rope jokes?
I'm afraid not.
Let's see. Now, it looks like you have ropes of different length, but the thing is when I'm doing science, I usually need like things that are equal lengths. Is that like...
Oh, no. Okay, so you want me to just take my long rope here and my medium rope and short rope, and you want them equal lengths?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's easy, because I can just put them together, and when I come around, then I have 3 ropes that are the same length.
Oh, that is so cool. Oh, but you know what? I just thought of something.
What's wrong?
I actually need a short rope after all.
I actually need a short rope after all.
So if you want one smaller, then all I have to do is come up, and then I have the 3 ropes, and then I have the small one. Is that what you
is
need?
cool. Yeah,
That
this is what I actually need. And then you guys probably want to know how he did that, but...
A magician never reveals the secret.
No.
For my next trick, what I want to show you is how you take care of your equipment. A magician always has a deck of cards. But if you see in here the empty box, what I have to do is just close the box, abracadabra, and there's my deck of cards.
Well, I would never lose my cards in that box.
Well, when you're around, what I do is just go ahead and put the cards away so nobody else can do it. Well, here's something else you might like, and it's just a standard cup and ball trick. You have a ball, a cup, and a lid. And so basically, what you want to do is take the ball and you put it in your pocket, okay? And then you put the lid on. Now, we get the ball out of the pocket and throw it into the cup, and there it is.
Wait a minute.
No, wait. That's, Mr. C, that's not the trick. The trick is I can take the ball out of the cup and throw it back into my pocket and put it right back into the cup.
Oh, that was cool. I like that trick. These tricks have been great. I'm so glad you're doing this with me today. And see you have something else for us, maybe one more, and I'm wondering what's going on.
Hey, I know you love science.
Yes.
But I want to show you how a magician grows a plant.
All right.
They take some magic soil, and then they take a magic seed, and then they need some rain, and then sun, and they mix them all together, and then they just take, and boom, they grow a flower.
You know what's really cool about this trick is our audience knows that we're going to show them how to do this, but it's at the end of the show. So with that said, thanks for hanging out with me today. Awesome. Love hanging out with you, Dad. And will you help me pick up some stuff really quick?
Oh, sure.
What?
We have been nailing down all of this magic stuff today, and I busted out with my levitating nail. That's right, it should levitate. That's just hanging there. But if I set this down, and then I take my nail, and I put it into the magic box, and I say some magic words like, "What time is it?" Science time. That's right, a magic levitating nail. We know that it's more than magic happening here. It's science. Let me show you how to actually build one for yourself. Super simple. First thing you're gonna need is a very powerful magnet. This is a neodymium magnet. It's a very, very strong magnet, so I'm keeping it away from all metal items so they don't jump and grab me. I also have an iron nail and some string. But before I get to that, I wanna build my box so that I have it really set up so that we can see exactly how it's gonna work. I have a sheet of paper that's cut out to the size of the bottom of the box and just glue it really good. I'm gonna put it right down there in the box. In order to hide this magnet, I wanna set this up here, and I'm going to make a pyramid, and then when I unfold it, I'm able to just set it down. Now this is going to be the bottom, so I'm gonna set that here. And the magnet's gonna go here. I'm just gonna hold it there in place, just so it doesn't slide around or go anywhere. There we go. Flop this over, just like that. Get another piece of tape. Tape this down on the side. Tape this down on the side. The last thing is to take our iron nail and get a piece of string attached to it. I'm using red string because it's easy to see against the yellow. I'm gonna tie this knot. I'm gonna do a double knot so that it's nice and snug. And I'm gonna cut off this extra. I don't want any extra weight because that's gonna fight against the magnet. There we go. And now, when I put it in here, it wants to pop up. You can already see that it's wanting to jump up, but what I have to do is I have to find the right length where it can come down off and still float. So that is about as far as it's gonna go, because if I go any further, here, I'll show you. Oh, there we go. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall. And the reason it does that is because it leaves that magnetic field. So I'm gonna take a piece of tape. Got it right where I want it. This is tricky because I have to, it's helpful to have a partner. Whoops. So that's really high. But I'm gonna actually push it down just a little bit. And then I'm gonna cut off this extra string. There we go. And there you have it. This right here is a magical floating nail, but we all know a little simple science goes a long way. See? Pull it down. Oh, doesn't float. Now, bring it back up in here. Ooh, it floats. That's so cool.
Whoa, Mr. C, you really nailed that one. And you know, the most magical part about our day is keeping track of all of our learning in our science notebook. We've had so much fun learning about all of these magic tricks and the science that makes them work. Hopefully trying a few tricks like these will inspire you to give magic a try with a simple DIY. See what I did there?
Didn't we have an amazing day learning about the science of magic? So many cool magic tricks that we all know are basically experiments in disguise. And if you haven't done so yet, Hop online, download your science notebook so you can keep track of all the experiments and magic tricks that you do, because this is a great place for you to come back to and review something in the future. So much fun. We have our levitating nail. Whoop. We have our tube of scarves. And lastly, as promised, I have my magic wand. Now the magic wand is very special because the magic wand on the bottom here has a little bitty teeny tiny magnet. And when I take that magnet and I connect it to this magnet that's in this cup hidden inside the plastic, I do this. And I grow a beautiful plant right there before your eyes. Once again, magnets are magical. Keep having fun, keep exploring, keep learning, and remember, science is wherever you are. Take care, guys. Have fun. Do some more magic. Ta-da! Just kidding. I'm still here. See ya.
And you brought along one of your favorite jokes. Do you know?
My name's Mr. C, and I'm super excited to have you here to be part of our crew today. I don't know why I started going into twang.
Dad?
It's science time. It's science time. It's so much fun. Learning fun for everyone.
This is gonna be a 3-minute bit.
It's science
Dad?
time. Yes,
Dad?
yes,